IoT reference model. The IoT reference model is aimed at establishing the common grounding and common languages is a IoT architecture in the IoT systems. IoT reference model is based on the IoT reference architecture. This is the showing the different architecture is the IoT domain model and IoT information model and IoT functional model is a combination of functional group also. The IoT communication model. This is the four types of model in the IoT reference model. Right? The IoT domain model. The domain model is the base point on the IoT systems. The what is domains? What is the domain? Is creating on attributes? What is the concept of domains? What is the identifier of the services? What is the model benefits of relationship? This point on the IoT domains. This is the domain model. Domain model describes the concept of belonging particular areas. Internet domain model. Different basic attributes is the concepts. The name such as the name identifiers. The basic point is the name identifiers. What are the names is identified and the domain identifier relationship between the concept interfaces, services, export the resources. What are the resources? The collecting the resources. What are the connecting the services? The cloud services, big data, Hadoop services, things like that. So what is the exponents of resources? Collecting the resources. What are the resources? The mobiles, sensors, actuators, the collecting the resources. The domain model is the help of the facilities of exchange the data between the between the domains. Different domains is nowadays is available in the domains. The purpose of domain model is generating a common understanding the target of domain questions. This is the domain model in the interface of the collections in the relationship and aggregation symbols, association symbols in the compositions and direct associations and realization. This is the UML diagram, Unified Modeling Language, the using of domains. The first is the associations. Relationship. The relationship is direct association. The one relation to another relationship is the generalization. Right? The relationship and aggregation. The aggregation is when we want to convey the way two classes is associated and not the close the direct association. For example, a book is still exit the somebody the check out of from the libraries. And next is association. Association means any type of relationship or connection between the classes. For example, that direct link between the cities bus. It is a either using association lines. Next is direct association. So direct association is through the strong relationship. This is the direct association. The bowl, for example, is a bowl in the might contain the fruits. The bowl acts as the container of the class of the fruit in the classes. It will directly the bowl in the fruits and examples. Okay. And next is compositions. When you want the show similar association aggregations. For example, pocket on the front of the sets and cannot exit the direct destroy the sets. Right? And realization. Realization is just splitting the data. The one data to another data, another data to another data. The direct association. They directly will transfer the data one without any symbols using. Directly will transfer the data. And self association and other reflective application. The communication model. Last is communication model. Communication model is refers to IoT model that consists of identifying the endpoint interactions, traffic patterns, and multicast. And the purpose of underlying the technology is using establishes such as internet interactions. The communications in the sense of communication to the device to devices, one device to another devices is the communications. Like using our Wi-Fi is the communication to the routers. One mobile is communication to the Wi-Fi endpoints also. Using identification endpoint in the communication path is the potential of communication. The user resource and devices a domain model, and including the human user in digital artificial services, internal systems and component external application devices, the human missions and interactions, and the physical words, the keyboard and mic, pen, touch screen is a button, microphone, and camera is a physical devices is the communication with another devices also. For example, is a keyboard is a communication with the monitoring, and mic also is communication in mobiles systems also. Pen is a communication with paper to books. Touch screen is communication with the desktop and mobile phone and buttons and microphones and camera tracking the brain waves, interfaces, etc. And a functional model. The IoT functional model is describe the mainly the functional group, the group of interactions that they are, and functional views reference architecture is describe the functional components is the interfaces interaction between the components. So one component is functional. Functional will directly the functional groups. There are interaction between the another functions. What are the functions with the implementations? What are the functional is that derived? The conjunction of high requirements. What are the requirements is the functionalities using in this devices. So many functionalities is using the high level requirements. This is a functional model. Functional model is a main devices. Devices is the communication devices. Is the mobiles and any physical gadgets is the devices. Is the communications. The communications is providing the connections through routers or Zigbee connections or mobile connections or Wi-Fi connections. Is a wireless devices connections. Is the communication through and one devices to another. They exchange the data, right? And next is management to manage overall the communication network. Uh, and next is security. That is finally the application of the interface of the applications services. This is the information model. The information model is a define the raw values of it relevant or unusable context. Context within the right context is so queries and who want the where and the when can be answered. The value is one devices. What are the containing the value? What are the use of the devices? First imagine this is value is one device. Device is the container. What are the need of requirements in the devices? What are the attributes? So attributes are direct association with the attributes. What are the description and resource description and device description also. And what are the association? What are different types of services you can provide it? One services is the complex services and easy services you provide it. And the metadata is a collection of raw data. Collection of raw data. The metadata name, how many types of metadata and a large amount of data can store. And last to final is the communication model in IoT. Communication IoT devices are fraud anywhere enable the intelligence of the features. First of all, a client request sending the request to the server and communicate with the server see the process of the data. The process of the data, the communication process and sending the databases. Sending the data with the patch of the data is sending the response. Right? And with the client sending the response is finally what are the data stored in the services and the client sending the request to the server and the process of the data and response how many data will be processed, how many not process with the data. Direct prepare the response and then encode it. This is the overall the request response and communications model. So this is the overall IoT reference model. IoT reference model is the four types. One is the domain model, is information model, and functional model, communication model. Domain model is the domain model. This is a domain model example is communication model and functional model and information model. Information model is the most important. Yes, thank you.